guys, welcome back to an all new episode of Khanflicks. This here is the smart doorbell of the future. This here is Lindo, featuring not one but two cameras. That is right, it features a 2K camera and a separate camera on the bottom to go ahead and give you the blind spot view of something like a package being delivered. That is right, now you can go ahead and see exactly where your package is and without having to worry about it being stolen. This here is a great way to go ahead and keep your eyes on the prize. Now together we'll be unboxing this and seeing exactly what it's all about. So without further ado, let's go ahead and rewind and unbox this thing. Hey guys, welcome back to an all new episode of Khanflicks. Today we're looking at a new smart doorbell. This here is the all new dual cam video doorbell 2K by Lindo. That is right, featuring two cameras. That's right, not one but two cameras, allowing you to go ahead and see what's in front of you as well as what is below you in terms of if you had a package dropped off or if you had someone kind of sneaking about. It is a great way to get a good field of view exactly what is happening, which happens to be one of the biggest drawbacks with most doorbell cameras. Now together we'll be unboxing this, trying it out and seeing exactly what it's all about, as well as comparing it to our actual Ring Doorbell camera and seeing how they perform side by side. So if you guys wanted your very own, check out the link down below in the description, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so this here is our packaging, this here is our box, kind of showcases it what it's about. So you do have a blueprint of the actual camera here, and then talks about some of the main features. So one, it does have radar sensors, PIR, allowing you to go ahead and see what's in front of it, as well as human detection, package detection. So yes, it can go ahead and notify you if it sees someone or if someone delivers a package. Two-way talk, of course, activity zones where you can go ahead and create boundaries, of course, infrared night vision, so it does perform quite well in the dark. It has a 2K camera, which is always a plus, and then it does have a waterproof capability, which it should, especially if it's an outdoor camera. As you kind of rotate about, it doesn't really talk much about it, so let's open it up and see what's inside. Alright, so this here's everything that you get. So you have a package full of some contents, and then you have your doorbell as well as your chime. Let's take a look at our contents here first. So this says open, and there's two labels, 1 and 2, and then let's take out 2. And then we have step 3. Alright, so box number 1 contains a sticker here to go ahead and display that your house is protected by Lindo, and then it does come with our user manual, of course, as a USB-C cable to go ahead and charge it. As we kind of open it up here, it kind of talks about it in terms of detail. So you have your motion sensor, your camera lens, your microphone, your LED ring, your button, your camera lens, and your USB charging port. And then in terms of step number 2, this here is going to be some of our mounting hardware. So we have a decal here. This allows you to go and essentially place the decal on the wall to drill the proper holes, allowing you to go ahead and essentially mount this onto a specific area. Now it does come with an angled bracket as well, allowing you to go and place it on an angle if necessary, so that it does give you the full options of customizing it based on your personal likings. And then step 3 would be just mainly containing majority of the hardware, essentially the screws to go ahead and mount this, as well as a direct wire to go ahead and plug this in directly or power it directly from the house. You don't have to worry about that, but again, it is wireless as well, so more or less up to you on how you want to go ahead and play that out. Alright, so moving on to the actual camera. So this here is going to be our chime. Alright, so this is pretty cool. So interesting. So it has like a little key right here. So this is designed to go ahead and pop off the doorbell if necessary. And then of course their chime is actually very nice, compact inside. You have your universal charge port. You can unlock this and just go ahead and swap that out based on which country you're in. And moving on, we have our actual doorbell. So some first impressions. I mean, it is not a very thin doorbell, so it does have some bulkiness, but it does have a very unique design, almost like smooth, elegant kind of feature to it. So it's not like rough edges or like pointy edges. It's actually nice and round. You do have your camera right there, quite identical, and then you have your doorbell button right over here. You have your second camera here kind of pointing downwards. Now do note the top one is a 2K one, and I believe the bottom one might be just a 1080p. On the bottom port here, you do have a charge port, so that's for our USB-C port to go ahead and charge this device. And then on the back here, you have your power button as well as your ports here to go ahead and directly power it to the actual the house itself. And then of course you have your mounting ports to go ahead and slide it into place if necessary. And then of course you do have your keys here to go ahead and unlock it if necessary as well. So overall it looks really cool. That will actually go right down here in the bottom to go ahead and unlock it and go ahead and pop that off, and you can go ahead and play with it if necessary. So let's go ahead and power this thing on next and see how this kind of plays out with the app. And I'm gonna go and create an account really quick. All right, so that is it. Now we've officially created an account. The whole process of connecting this should be very simple. They even had a challenge about it. So we're gonna go ahead and try that out. Ready, set, go. Add device, click next, activate Bluetooth, there we are.
Waiting for the Wi-Fi.
Okay, connecting to my Wi-Fi.
Connect to the Wi-Fi.
Okay, it's still connecting. Done.
Wi-Fi connection is successful.
So that was that fast, and now we're already ready to go and use our doorbell. How cool! So that was quite simple and quite easy, and I have to say that's probably the most fastest method I've ever seen to go out and connect a doorbell like this. So that's absolutely awesome. All right, so this click here is my home, essentially the main hub. If I click on play here, it should showcase exactly what it's seeing here in real time. So you can see the two cameras working simultaneously. So the top one is our 2K, and the below one I believe is 1080p, but still does showcase it quite well. Now the concept behind this is that if you have it listed on the wall here, you can actually see what is below me. So that is how it works. See right there. So we'll try that out in just a little bit, but kind of cool, kind of showcases what that is. And then we have our record button. We have a voice button, so I can actually talk through it through the microphone.
Hello.
Testing.
Hello. Testing.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
That is cool. So it does have its own microphone in there, so I can go ahead and connect to it that way and control it via that way as well. Now I do have some certain response. I can say, please leave my house.
Please leave my house.
All right.
Please leave the package at the door. Thank you.
So these are like pre-defaulted ones.
Sorry, we can't answer the door right now.
That's cool. So you can also take a photo, you can record, and I can make the screen bigger here, and I can see it two-way like that. Now under settings here, we can change a few different things. So we can activate the doorbell. And just like that, it'll open up the app and show exactly what it's seeing. I can auto respond, I can do motion detection, I can change the settings, I can change the video settings here from HDR to night vision, audio settings, privacy zone. So that's cool too. So you can go ahead and like adjust it based on your own current preference, your specific chimes. So there's different ones. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty straightforward, and overall a really simple concept and very much easy to use. So yeah, exactly the way it's supposed to perform, and I think that's actually a really nice aspect behind it. Now this here is a 90-day free trial that we get to use. Now in terms of monthly fees goes, you could do $2.99 or the $29.99 for a full year, which is still cheaper than a lot of other plans out there, including Ring. And yeah, I mean, overall this is actually pretty cool. So let's go ahead and set this thing up next and try it out and see how it performs. All right, so let's go ahead and compare the Ring Doorbell Cam Pro versus our Lindo. Now, looking at them at a glance, you can tell that there is quite a big difference. For instance, the Ring Doorbell actually has a lot of glass, and the doorbell itself, the button, is actually quite cheap. You can actually see it cracking right over there. Versus our Lindo is actually a little bit more elegant and a little bit more refined, in which it actually has a dual camera, making it a little bit more bulkier, as you can see here side by side, but overall is not too distracting at all, and definitely gives it a very futuristic look. Let's go ahead and see how these cameras perform in terms of seeing how they deliver our package. All right, so we're all set and ready to go. I've actually mounted it outside here next to our Ring Doorbell, and kind of give you a little side-by-side comparison to how this kind of plays out. So right now you do see the two cameras here, one kind of showcasing what's in front of it and then what's below it, which is right down here. So that's cool. Now, the way this works is, for instance, if it starts detecting me, which you'll see right now, if I come in front of the camera like this, I'll get a notification right there. It says human detection, and I can open it up the screen and I can address whatever is happening at that point in time. Now, another thing is that if there was a package delivered, watch this, if I go ahead and put the package right here, just like how Amazon would, you can actually see the package there inside on the bottom of the screen. Now that is absolutely cool on how that plays out. Now if I go into the Ring app right here, if I hit reconnect, you can actually see right now I don't even see the package there below it. So kind of showcases to you exactly how that plays out. So it does make a big difference in terms of having a second camera pointing downwards where you can go ahead and access your footage and see exactly what is down there. So this is definitely a great way of going in terms of being able to use it as a security device at the same time. Now to talk through it, watch this. Hello, testing, testing.
Hello, testing, testing.
Hi, how's it going?
Hi, how's it going?
Please leave my package alone.
Please leave my package alone.
All right. So that is our Lindo at the works. Now let's try our Ring doorbell. I'm gonna click live camera here. I'm gonna talk through as you hear. Testing, testing. Hello.
Hello,
Testing, testing.
testing, testing.
So they're both about the same in terms of audio quality as well as how loud it is. Now going back into our Lindo, I can actually go and adjust certain settings. In terms of motion detection goes, I can do different things. I can detect all different things and I can click on the activity zone. So I can go ahead and create an activity zone. For instance, if I wanted to only showcase this area here, I can go and pick and choose that specific area to go and essentially establish that in terms of an activity goes. So that is nice. I can go ahead and create an activity zone just like that and create specific parameters so it can pick up motions based on unnecessary motions. So it kind of gives you an idea what these are about. So overall, both doorbells are really good, but I really like the fact that the Lindo has a second camera. It definitely gives it a unique touch on your typical doorbell cameras. All right, well there you guys have it. Overall, a really smart doorbell. I have to say I love the fact that it has two cameras aligned to go ahead and see some of the blind spots that you wouldn't see in your typical doorbell. Now, of course, comparing it to the Ring, this thing is hands down a lot better. And overall, I have to say is a very unique camera and definitely something I would highly recommend, especially if you're in the market. Now, with that said, if you had any questions, comment down below. Otherwise, see you guys next time. Take care now. Bye-bye.